Don't be fooled. Your IRA or 401k is not just your money. In this educational episode, I'm going to address what is the biggest shocker when people take money out of their IRAs and 401ks. You're going to be surprised, perhaps, the negative impact of the huge bite that Uncle Sam takes out of your money when you retire. So I'm Doug Andrew. I've been a financial strategist and retirement planning specialist now for nearly 5 decades, helping thousands of Americans prepare for a comfortable retirement so that they will not outlive their money. Well, I have discovered that most Americans outlive their money due to the negative impact of taxes, inflation, and market volatility. Now, in this episode, I'm going to talk about taxes. That's the number one danger that cause most people to outlive their money. So many times when people would come to me at retirement, because at retirement planning is something totally different than maybe what you did for retirement planning. In other words, for retirement, a lot of people, I think, are duped, putting money into traditional IRAs or 401ks invested in the market. And when they would come to me, maybe 5 years before retirement, I'd go, "What are you thinking?" Because Wall Street was not designed to create predictable income. It's too volatile. And so many times people thought they were going to be in a lower tax bracket when they retired, but they're not. If they're savers, they find themselves in as high or higher tax bracket as they were ever in during their earning years. And during those years that they were socking away money in tax-deferred accounts, they were actually killing their deductions, paying off their house. The kids are gone. If they move back in as adults, you can't deduct them anymore. If they're business owners, you don't have those deductions anymore. You probably sold your business, and you're not contributing money to IRAs or 401ks in retirement. You don't have those deductions anymore. And Congress keeps spending money, and so they raise taxes directly or indirectly. So when people would come to me, I would tell them, okay, I want you to bring me your after-tax IRA and 401k statements. And they'd go, "Our after-tax statements?" Now, I knew they didn't have those. I said, "Oh, I'll calculate that for you when you come." Well, they would come and show me, let's say, $1 million saved in IRAs or 401ks. And I'd say, "I got bad news for you. That's not all your money. Only about 2/3 of that is your money. Only about 650, 700,000 of that is your money. If you pulled out, $75,000 a year, you're only going to net about $50,000 to buy gas and groceries, prescriptions, and golf green fees, because Uncle Sam is going to take about 1/3 of this. So $1 million is really only, 700,000 your money. If you pull out 75, only 50,000 is what you get to use to buy gas, groceries, prescriptions, and golf green fees. And so sometimes when people would show me their statements, it would be like this sumptuous Subway hoagie sandwich depicted here on the left. And then when I got through showing them, this is what it looks like after tax. Pretty unappetizing, right? Yeah, even if this were a pizza on the screen, Uncle Sam is going to come in during your golden years and help himself to a bunch of wedges out of your pizza. Well, this is what a tax-deferred IRA or 401k is. You agree to fund it with tax advantage dollars, pre-tax dollars, or tax-deductible contributions in an IRA, and they allow you to defer the tax until you retire, and then you thought you were going to be in a lower bracket. No, that's normally not the case for people who save. And so then you agree to pay tax, and then people run out of money in retirement due to taxes, and then you add on top of that inflation and market volatility. And so if you haven't noticed, Uncle Sam wants some of your money when you earn it, when you save it, when you invest it, when you spend it, when you die. Tax, tax, tax. Now, because of irresponsible government spending and the printing of money, they have this appetite for your money. Now, truth be known, See, the government sometimes they have this appetite for spend, spend, spend. So, for example, during COVID-19, the government actually shelled out about twice as much as they bring in income. And so they gave unemployment benefits and what have you. Yeah, it helped people, what have you, but it was money they didn't have. And so they printed money at a rate that they have not printed ever before. And then they have to raise taxes because when they spend more than they bring in, they have two options. They either raise taxes or print money, and they did both. Let me put it in simple terms. During COVID-19 in 2020, for example, the IRS brings in that year, their gross revenue was about $4 trillion. Now, they refund about $800 billion in tax refunds, and so they would net $3.2 trillion. They spent double that. Now, if you made $100,000 in a year, but you spent $200,000, man, you're in trouble, right? Well, instead of figuring out how to live within their means, the next year they said, oh, we have a great excuse, this pandemic. Let's pass a whole bunch of other spending while we're in the mood, and American taxpayers are ready to go for it. And so they passed a whole bunch of other stimulus spending. And so basically, all of the packages they spent, they're going to end up spending about 3.5 times more than they bring in, about 9, 10, 11 trillion. Again, if you were making 100,000 and you spent 350,000, what would you be forced to do? You would probably have to file bankruptcy. Well, the government doesn't do that. They print money, and that causes inflation, and they tax you. And when they tax people, and inflation is like a hidden tax, when all of a sudden you have to have more and more money to buy the same gallons of gas and loaves of bread, this causes people to have to withdraw more money out of their IRAs or 401ks. This causes retirees to outlive their money. And so this is a dangerous situation to be in. And if you haven't noticed, because of this, Uncle Sam is having to take a bigger and bigger piece of the American taxpayers' pie. So what I've been doing for years is helping people protect themselves from the negative impact of taxes, especially during their golden years, by getting money out of those yet to be taxed IRAs or 401ks. Get the taxes over and done with sooner than later, because so many Americans, I think, are duped into deferring until age 72, and then taking RMDs, required minimum distributions, because the government continues to get a piece of your retirement savings the rest of your life and your spouse's life, and anything you leave behind to your kids, they get a piece of that. Why would they want to kill a partnership where they have a permanent tax lien on those IRAs or 401ks? I would recommend you get the money out and the taxes over and done with. And so this is called a strategic rollout, not a rollover. You're getting the money rolled out of those IRAs or 401ks, the taxes over and done with in today's lower rates, and repositioning that money into something that's going to be tax-free from now on. Well, my favorite vehicle is a max-funded indexed universal life insurance contract where your money is protected from market volatility. You're able to benefit when the market goes up, but not lose when the market goes down, because your money is not at risk in the market. You're using a strategy called indexing, and I can show you how you can learn about this, but it's totally tax-free. I've been able to accumulate, access, and transfer my money tax-free and earn average returns of a little over 11% average and net 10, meaning that there's only 1%, which is the cost of the insurance, that the IRS says has to be there in order for it to be tax-free. So that every $1 million in an IUL contract can generate $100,000 a year of tax-free income without depleting principal, which is far better than having money in the market. So if you want to learn how to do this, and you want to learn about max-funded IUL, structured correctly and funded properly, if it is deemed a laser fund. Laser, that's an acronym that stands for Liquid Asset Safely Earning Returns. This is my favorite vehicle. If you want to learn more about it, and indexing, which is chapter 6 in this best-selling book. This is book number 11. It's been flying off of our warehouse shelves. I want to gift you a copy of this 300-page book. Sure, you can go to Amazon and pay $20 or more to buy it, but I'll gift you a copy. It's actually 2 books in one. This side is about 200 pages, 14 chapters, with all the charts and graphs and explanations if you're a left-brain learner. If you're more of a right-brain learner, you flip it over to this orange one. This is about 100 pages, 12 chapters with 62 actual client stories of how a properly structured IUL can be used for all kinds of financial goals, like the dream solution for retirement, college funding for your kids and grandkids, working capital for business, real estate management, emergency funds, all kinds of solutions. And if you want to use both your left brain and right brain, I would recommend you read both books. But you claim your free copy by going to laserfund, laserfund.com, or click on the link below, and you contribute a nominal amount towards the shipping and handling, and I'll cover the rest of that cost, and I'll pay for the book. I'll fire out a hard copy to you. And if you want to listen and learn or watch and learn, there's audio and video options available for a nominal fee. Check out the free educational webinars we teach on a weekly basis. There's no charge. And you can even schedule an appointment at no cost or obligation with an IUL specialist to see how a properly structured IUL policy can perform for you so that you can have your money be protected from the negative impact of taxes.